The other little room that could, yeah, we track drums in here, vocals. I've had horn sections in here. I've had some of the greatest
cell phone players.
The greatest text and cell phone players. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this set up for now? As far as the mics you're using in here, this is obviously set up for vocals.
Right now, we were doing vocals the other day. Moving some stuff around. I usually keep the overheads for drums kind of set up ready to go because I don't use those stands for much of anything else. NT5s, Rhodes, great mic for the money. Rode NT5s, yeah, for overheads, phenomenal. Big fan.
Okay. And those are specifically for drum mics, or I mean anything else that they make?
No, they're great for everything. They sound awesome on piano. They sound great on acoustic guitar. They're very universal. But mostly I use them for overheads and percussion, any kind of percussion, really.
Anything like piano, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as what kind of what are you using here for the vocals?
My favorite go-to mic for vocals on females would be a Bronner VM1.
And why is that?
It just sounds incredible. It's detailed. It's warm. It's got everything you want out of a mic, and it just seems to complement females more than males.
And why is that, do you think?
Don't know. Good question.
What do you use for men? I mean, if you're doing male vocals.
For real men, we use actually another Rode mic that I like a lot is the what the hell is that thing? Oh, the K2. The K2. It's a generalization. I'm just saying, at first I'm going to try what I said. The K2 sounds great on male vocalists, and I'll run that always through the Chandler. Not always, I'm lying. That depends on the color I'm looking for. So it could be an API, it could be the Millennia, but most of the time that's just a magic chain right there. The Bronner, made in Germany, handmade, one of the finest mics in the world, I think. The detail on it's just amazing. Acoustic guitar, it sounds amazing. Second to to none as far as I'm concerned. There's a couple mics that are up there in that category, which I wouldn't mind having in my closet too, like say a real Telefunken or say an old Sony mic, something like that. As far as those mics, yeah, it's a generalization as far as gender thing, but more times than not, it's true how those translate to the different artists. You know, the Bronner will sound great on a male vocalist until I A/B it with the K2, and then for some reason that just works better. Depends on the timbre of the voice and where their range is, if they're a tenor, if they're a baritone, how they're singing, if it's a rock and roll thing, if it's more of a classical kind of vibe, if it's a voiceover. If it's a voiceover thing, I might use something totally different. It's more of a cheap mic, like say, and a great mic, like say a Shure KSM32.
Why is that? Why would you use that?
Don't know. It just works. You know, it happens. And Rode has another one called an NT2 that's awesome on all of those things that we mentioned.